Hey guys, and welcome back to another YouTube video. In this video I'll be doing my dismal round 22 team. Scored 21-34. That's what probably I'm going to guess, even before the buys. Probably, I think I even might have beat it out in one of the buy rounds. I almost beat it out in one of the buy rounds with 4 less guys. And then pre-buys, it's my worst score since round 12 when I had Oys and Mullen playing. I had Noah Long on field, and I had oh no, that was even a buy round there. Round 12 was even a buy round. So take out the buy rounds, and we're going back close to round 9. Round 9 was close to 21-82, where I had a 55 on field as well as a 22, like it's very similar that I did this week. And my captain ended up scoring 150, so doubling that to 300, and I still ended up on that score. Just shows how bad that week was. Round 8 did well, round 7 did well, round 6 was the last round that I went unders of what I did, and I went 20-74, and that was after a Team English 129 as a VC turned into a captain. I had the Harry Sheasel fail, Philippou on field, and Cam McKenzie on field for a 45, Lockie Cowan on field for a 48. So this was just all the rookies getting medium scores. Jimby 62, Ashcroft 66, Seamus Mitchell 68, McGrath 67. This was a shocking round. If I quickly switch across to it, you can see here, look at this is the type of round that I'm saying was the last time. Round 6. 16 weeks ago, 4 months ago, was the last time that I ended up doing this badly, and I'll probably link the actual video up above here when that actually occurred, because that was a shocker. So back to back to this screen for a quick second, or I guess I can do it at the end. But anyway, let's just roll into the side. Round 22 it actually is. Jordan Dawson, second shocker in weeks, I guess, for him, because I guess 90s are shockers for him. Just didn't get really involved in the games for the last quarter from what I remember from my recap, and just got a 91. It's all right. Sicily was taken 6 points away just because of stupid umpire error that caused him to be caught holding the ball almost in his own goal square in a kick out where a guy was 2'5", was about 6 feet behind him, I'd say, going off the still images that I remember seeing, and it was a terrible umpire call. Doherty injured on 92, as you can see, down 15% on his time on ground in the last game, and that sucks, as he was on track for a 110. Sinclair, one of the shining lights, I guess. I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 tons this week out of 22. And if I remember correctly, last week in a 24-74, we had one bad score, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 tons last week. 13 tons actually last week, so 5 more tons. A lower bottom out score this week, as well as the fact that there was a couple of 60s involved this week. We had 1, 2, 3, 360. Sorry, actually I see a 600 here. So there was only 700s difference or whatever. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 900s actually. Sorry, 9. I was thinking that it was 5, not 800s that I counted originally. So only 400s difference, but that still probably equates to roughly that 30, roughly 10, 20 points difference each player, etc. Count that by 4, that's around 100 points already, which is there, etc. My captaincy as well burnt me 60 points. 30 points compared to last week, etc. That's already up to 110, and then we had a lot of just fails. Sicily failed. Doherty, we said. Sinclair was really, really good. 1-2-1. I'm just happy I have him in. Honestly, there wasn't. If we look at the defenders right now and we look at last round, you'll see Houston, Brayshaw, Atkins. It was guys that went over 100, but Houston is a pod. I'm guessing 2.79, a good pod. Brayshaw 14%, so that really sucked that he went big. Atkins went big again, so he's been actually really consistent. Ellis went big against the Swans, which not many have him. Clark went big against Port, so good to see that. But I mean, he wasn't that far owned. No one else really too terribly owned. I mean, Wangadeen Malira is 7% owned, so he went big. But yeah, the defense was shambolic this week by the headliners. I mean, 30% owned, 61, 40. Doherty was I believe around 29% owned before the injury, 30% owned. Sinclair 46, and then Noons is now 8% owned. Newman is 8% owned. He's going to go up to 10-12% now that he scored 139, 138. So yeah, he was Newman was a shining light, I guess, in my week. He just did really, really well and provided me with the ability to, get some reasonable score. I mean, I only dropped, 170 odd ranks here if we look. Yeah, 173 ranks, even after a shocking 25,000th round. I mean, if we look at this team, there's nothing much I could have done. There was so many injuries. I was forced to trade out Nick Dacos. I mean, if you'd have told me Tom Liberatore was going to get injured, I would have got Rory Laird. The difference between getting Rory Laird over Tom Liberatore is huge now. It's going to be almost, it's going to be a trade plus 80 points. So that extra 5 or 6 from Chesser would have actually done really well, and that extra 5 or 6 from Chesser put me somewhere closer to being around about that 1,300 ranking wise. And I would have had obviously Laird already and had a trade to go with. But I mean, that's what happens if you actually look at the rankings wise. Look at these guys, points last round, 2182, so I only lost 50 points here. Lost a lot here as Fleabaggers has gained a lot on Darren in the Jonathan's gained a lot on Darren in the last week. Obviously, as you can see, they've caught up because he had, if we look at his round 22, even though it is my round 20, I'm trying to justify what happened. He had a failed Sarong captaincy, that's what it was. Yeah, just a lot of people. So I could look at Davis Unac, etc., and look at a guy in my trades when I do them. Look at a guy like Davis Unac as well as getting someone else, obviously in the back line for Doherty. But we'll wait and see what I do with regards to my trades. Then we move on to the midfield because the midfield was a shocker this week. Bont 102 just didn't get involved, didn't get tagged, didn't get involved. I don't know why. Just doesn't want to win the Brownlow, it doesn't look like, as isn't going to pick up any votes, and really in the last 2 weeks has to probably get 2-3 voters in the last 2 weeks. He'll get it against the Eagles because it's the Eagles, and against Geelong that'll be a tough game. That might be vying for finals. The winner goes home almost, so he's got to put on a big performance there, but we'll cop the O'Connor tag as the Libba will be coming back, and I don't think they'll tag Libba coming back from a concussion. But I think they'll need to tag Bont in that round 24 game. Merritt sucked against North after that big scores against Sydney and Eagles. To struggle against North, I know he copped a tag. It was just annoying, honestly. Then we move on to Petrarca 96. Just didn't get the tackles that were really knowing him to get. And the disposals, I guess, and he could have kicked more accurately again to get that ton, but he sucked as well. Brad Crouch, 1 point first quarter, I think, and yeah, just never got going. It was a good pickup at the start, but it's just turned sour, I guess. Libba, this just sucked, and I put out a tweet just saying I was actually laughing when it actually happened because, on principle, it was a good choice, and yeah, it just sucks now because obviously he got concussed, and you can't really just be like, oh, I'm gonna account for, like I said in the Western Bulldogs recap of their game against the Hawks, you can't really account for or say I'm gonna add so much X amount of risk, I guess, to a certain player because they play a different game style, etc. So they're more adverse to injury. I don't really go into that because it's such minute that I wouldn't be doing that. And yeah, it just sucked that I couldn't get Laird, I guess, now. Brayshaw got to the 101. I'm happy with that, honestly, with the captain to get to the 101. I didn't even think his tackle at the end should have deserved to get the tackle points for. So to get the 4 for that and get a captain over a ton, I don't know whether it's just a mentality thing or something like that. But at least it doesn't feel like a complete failure. It's a little bit, it feels like an rather than a win is 120 plus, etc. for a captain, which would have been huge this week. Parrish was the one to go for VC wise against North, Dean copper tag, and ran it riot in the first half basically and got to a 112. Steele came alive in the last quarter like Jordan Dawson, and much like someone else here, was it not? It wasn't Doherty, it wasn't Sicily. Someone else made a 90 or something like that and came alive in the last quarter. Might have been Petrarca. No, I don't think it was. Might have been last week. Someone last week did it. And they came alive, got the points, I guess. But yeah, Steelers just sucked. And yeah, I'm ready almost to put this season in the bin. The top 1,000 is basically out of reach now, unless I get some miracle trades set. But I'll look through the trades on Thursday night, Friday, etc. As I don't really think there's much I can do, etc. But we'll wait and see. It just sucks, honestly. Just sucks. What the liver injury has destroyed top 1,000 hopes, etc. And obviously that happens. But so I'm a little bit down, but I'm also looking at it just like it's the way fantasy works, etc. Especially it just sucks that a pod went down and also another player went down. So I've sort of just got to scramble at this point. English 96. He did well. Did his job. Shouldn't have been taking the kick out with 30 seconds to go, 40 seconds to go, but had got his 10th disposal, so he's not really getting the disposals that we'd like to see. But I mean, his low is like a 90s game. This 70 game against Port was weird, and other than that, his lowest is a 92, a 95, 96, 97, 98, etc., 99, and then you go into the tons. Marshall has really been proven as one of the best ruckmen to have. Had a bad round one, but other than that, an 83, 96, 99, and the rest are tons. So in 21 games, he's got 4 non-tons, so 17 tons. He's been really good, and has almost, I think, been not close to English, but getting closer to English, and is now 5th rank overall for the year in terms of scoring. You got English, Oliver Bont, someone else might be Taranto at this point. Taranto's third, so it would be a 5th. Okay, so it's Taranto, Bontempelli, and then Marshall. So I have all the top scorers for the year on the season. It's just happened that they pretty much all failed to fire in this round. I mean, you've got Merritt, the 6th best, Dawson, the 4th best as well. Petrarca is up there at 12th. Steele is 26th. Brad Crouch is 18th. Sicily 14th. Doherty was 16th. Sinclair 24th. Stewart 42nd. You've even got Newman at 30. Libber was 20, but he was higher than that before. You got Brayshaw at 10. Darcy Parish at 13. These guys are all top of their Goulden 7. Dunkley 15. Rosie 17. Taranto 3rd. Canelio 23rd. Jackson 68th, but his last 3 have pretty much proved that he is like top 30 at the moment. So I've got like pretty much a top 30 team. It's just this week everyone failed, and that's the harsh, I guess, reality of round 22 this year. It's just every primo, most primos pretty much failed. If we look at last round, Newcomb, pod again. Rory Laird is the one that I pretty much missed out on. Josh Dacos, Brayshaw as well, I guess, is secondary to that, and then Butters. And other than that, Tom Green you could look at as well, Cripper as well. So there's just a lot of guys at around that 10 to 12% owned that did really well, and that really stinks. But next round, hopefully these guys fire back, as a lot of them will be fighting for finals, I guess. Dunkley, Rosie did well, Taranto did well, and Canelio is someone that I might need to move on in round 24, but I don't really know what to move him to. That's the problem. But that is basically the video. I mean, there's nothing much to talk about. It sort of sucks. My trades were actually really good, in my opinion. I mean, Darcy Cameron went 75, so could I have traded potentially and gotten I don't even know. Was there any forwards or anything that did better than, I mean, Nick Martin or Butters did better than Jackson, but I mean, Butters has Jackson and Freo and Richmond, so I wonder how he'll do there. But he's been really good, so I could bring him in potentially, but we'll wait and see on that one, as it's a midfielder and a defender that I've got to bring in for Doherty and Libba in general. So that is basically the video, and I guess I'll see you guys in my trade targets video, in which hopefully you guys can come up with some ideas for me to, I guess, put ideas for trades, honestly, because I'm pretty lost and I don't want to go. I sort of want to do something fun for the last couple of weeks, honestly, rather than just sticking to a norm, as I want to see. I don't really, if I slip down to 2000 rank, 2200 rank, not going to be too fussed, but if I can do something funky, get a good couple of pods and jump up to like 1400, 1300 again, I think that would be a good finish for the year. Anyway, that's the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys. Goodbye.